Good afternoon, students. Myself, Dr. Haribhav Aghere, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde, Mahavidyalaya, Srikonda, District Ahmednagar. Our college is affiliated to Savitribai Phule University of Pune, and in this university, the FIBSc and SYBSc syllabus is a CBCS pattern, that is choice-based credit system is there. In that choice-based credit system, there are 2 credits for each paper in each semester, and the theory paper is of 35 marks. And the main aim of this video is only for educational purpose. And in last video we have completed or we have started the chapter anatomy. In that we have completed anatomy. After that we have started types of tissues. In that type of tissue, that is a group of cell is the definition of that tissue. Then there are tissues are simple, complex tissues also there. They have different types on the basis of their position. First is a meristematic tissue, another is a vascular tissue, epidermal tissue, mechanical tissue. Then in meristematic tissue we have studied details about meristems, then how that word is derived, and which are the different characteristic features of that meristematic tissue we have learned the last time. Then in types of meristems, there are 3 types of meristems, that is promeristem, a primary meristem and secondary meristem. We have studied detail with the help of diagram in the last video. Then on the basis of position in the plant body, how meristems are again divided into different types. That is apical meristem, intercalary meristems and lateral meristems. In this way there are 3 different types of meristems we have studied on the basis of position of in the plant. And in the today's video we are going to learn types of meristem on the basis of plane of cell division. This. And on the basis of plane of cell division, what is the cell division? Cell multiplication is there. Cell divide, redivide, form a complex structure. And on the basis of plane of division, how that planes are there and how that plane of division. The meristems are of 3 types. That is mass meristem, plate meristem, rib meristem. And in this meristems, first is our mass meristem. What is mass meristem? The mass meristem exhibit division in all planes. Means increasing volume. It exhibit division in all planes, all sides, and it results in an increasing in volume. When cell division takes place and it increases the volume of the cell. Then what is the example of this mass meristem? Development of pith, development of cortex, development of endosperms and development of sporangia that are found in mass meristems. Which are the different examples? Pith formation. When pith, amount of pith will increase, amount of cortex is increased, amount of endosperm is increased, amount of sporangia increase, the mass of that cells or tissues or that plant will be grow, and therefore that type of cells, that type of meristem is called mass meristems. Then what is about plate meristem? What happened in plate meristem? In the plate meristem, those cells divide into two planes. There are two planes. Cell division takes place in two planes. Thus, there is a increase in area of the organ. Organ's area वाढतोय. Area of the organ they are going to increase. Example, in the epidermal growth and leaf formation. Epidermal growth and leaf formation is the example of this plate meristem. Epidermal growth. Then what about third? That is a rib meristem. What happened in rib meristem? Which are the different characteristic features of rib meristem? In this type, cell division is in one plane only. Is in only one plane. And it results in the formation of row of cells. It results in the formation of rows of cells. Rows. ROWS means layers of cells. Which is the example of this rib type of meristems? Formation of young roots. We see that there is a formation of the young roots, then formation of pith, formation of cortex of young stem. Young stem मधले जे काही रूट्स आहे, young roots आहे, pith आहे, cortex आहे, that are the examples of rib meristem. Mass meristem, plate meristem, and rib meristem. Rib meristem is the formation of young roots, pith, and cortex of the young stem. Then what about different functions of the meristematic tissues? Then functions of meristematic tissues we are going to learn. They possess power of division. We know that meristematic cells are present in apical region, in intercalary region, in meristematic tissue. They have present in intercalary region and lateral region of the plant or the organ of the plants, and they have possesses power of division. They have power of division. They divide. They have power to divide, redivide, and thus involve in the formation of new tissues. And therefore it forms new tissues. And organ also throughout their life cycle. We know that in different plants, the span of the life is different in different plants. And therefore they possesses power of division, and throughout their life cycle they have divide and redivide. Then mass meristems divide in all planes. Mass meristem, second type of meristem, it divide in all planes. This all planes, and form endosperms, egg, embryos, spores, and sperms. That is one of the second very important functions of the meristematic tissues. Then what about rib meristem? What is the function of rib meristem? Rib meristem or the tile meristem, that is another name, tile meristem, that divide anticlinally to the long axis and give rise to longitudinal files, row of cells, rows of cells, or longitudinal file is there, row of cells, and by this way cortex and pith is formed. In this way there is a formation of cortex and pith. Then what about plate meristem? What is the function of plate meristem? Plate meristem meristem divide anticlinally in two rows, two planes, so that new cells are formed in a layers. New cells are formed in the layers, and the uniseriate epidermis or multiserrate flat blade of leaf is formed. And due to this plate meristem, there is a formation of uniseriate epidermis or multiserrate flat blade of leaf is formed. And the cellular arrangement of a tissue is determined by the growth pattern of its meristems. In this way, there are different functions of the meristems, and after the formation of this meristematic, which is based on the plane of cell division, after cell division or the plane of cell division, they have different types of meristematics. First is a mass meristem, plate meristem, rib meristems, and in this way, in this video, we have learned about the functions of meristematic tissue also. In that functions, we have studied that they possesses power of division and involved in the formation of new tissues and organ throughout their life. Then second function is mass meristem, divide in all planes and form endosperm, young embryo, spores and sperms. Then lip meristems or the tile meristem divide anticlinally to form a long axis and give rise to longitudinal files or a row of cells. Then by this way, the cortex and pith is formed. Then plate meristem divide anticlinally in two planes so that new cells are formed in layers. Then the uniseriate epidermis or multiserrate epidermis is formed. They form a blade, flat blade of the leaf is formed, and the cellular arrangement of a tissue is determined by the growth pattern of its meristems. In this way, in this short video, we have learned about the types of meristems based on plane of cell division and which are the different functions of meristematic tissue. Thank you for watching.